Middle finger boy involving Adam Rupeka of Troy, the guy who takes it as personal mission to keep cops honest, and now former cop Adam Baker. There's been a settlement, but what are you paying? What's the taxpayer going to pay? We don't know. It's being kept a secret. We're going to talk about the case right now with our legal analyst, Chaz Farcher from Martin, Harding & Mazzani. Hey, Chaz, how are you?
Hey, Chaz.
Good morning, Chuck. How are you? Good morning, Diane.
Good. So, I mean, this kind of a settlement. I mean, the city decided to settle. I guess their insurance company is going to pay. But why do you suppose, and I'm asking you to speculate on a few of these questions, why do you suppose they decided to settle? Was it simply the existence of the video?
Yeah, I think, you don't when you don't have a dispute as to the facts, there's no dispute as to what actually occurred, then in some cases it just becomes a matter of, well, how much is it worth, or how much is a juror going to give someone. If facts are not disputed, then it's clear that the jury will probably give somebody something. Sometimes you don't want to leave that question up to a handful of random strangers where you don't have any control over that number.
We don't know how much the settlement is for, and I'll ask you why in just a second. But just given your experience, and I know this is just reckless speculation, for this kind of a claim, what would it be worth? Thousands, tens of thousands?
Yeah, and you're right, it is reckless speculation. But if we use other similar cases, you had some similar incidents with some of the Occupy Wall Street protesters who were pepper sprayed and arrested without really any good cause. Most of those cases settled somewhere between $40,000 and $60,000 per person.
We're talking with Charles Farcher from Martin, Harding & Mazzani about the settlement in Saratoga involving the pepper spray incident and the cop. So I guess this is standard operating procedure often to keep a settlement like this under wraps and not let people know what the amount was.
Well, it depends. In most lawsuits where you have private entities, then yes, they're not made public. It's not public information. In a situation like this, you have both sides sign a non-disclosure agreement, meaning both sides agree not to disclose the amount that the settlement has occurred for. But right. That doesn't mean the information can't be obtained through FOIL or something else where you have taxpayer money involved.
Well, let me ask you this, and I understand when there are private parties involved, I understand why they have a non-disclosure agreement and why it holds up. Given the fact that one of the entities is a public entity, the city of Saratoga Springs, why is it public information, and why? And if so, why are they making people jump through a hoop with a FOIL request?
Well, it is. You can get the information, but my guess is that the reason it's not made public right away is probably trying and avoid copycat or encourage other people to go out there and entice police officers in hopes of trying to obtain some type of settlement down the future. And
I guess the other big takeaway is it's not illegal to be rude, right?
Well, that's just it. If this were to happen to you, Chuck, or somebody else, we'd probably feel a whole lot better about the result. But because of the individual involved here, and you have someone who makes it a point to go out and try and test these police officers, you're absolutely right. It's not illegal to be rude, and unfortunately, if you're going to be in that profession, you really got to have a level of restraint that's above and beyond most people. There are a lot of people in the world who need an attitude adjustment. Yeah. Unfortunately, it just means you can't go around pepper spraying all of them.
Exactly. Hey, and again, we don't know because Rupeka's not saying much at all. I don't know how many cops didn't take the bait, but this one did, and he lost his job as a result. Chaz, thanks. Good talking to you.
Have a great morning, folks.
Good stuff. Chaz Farcher, our legal analyst from Martin, Harding & Mazzani.